going to talk about one of the biggest problems that I see when I come out to give a golf lesson. I've asked my student to come out and warm up and get ready for the lesson, and what happens when I get out here? They're already hitting the driver. It's a very common problem, especially with newer golfers. So today we're going to talk about how to warm up. When we send someone out to warm up, that's exactly what we want. We want warm up. So we're going to talk about our hitting area and warming up either for a golf lesson or warming up to play golf. So you see I've got a full bucket of balls still, and I was already taking some big time swings with my driver, and I've got clubs laid all over the place. Really what we want to do is we want to have a nice, neat environment, and exactly that, warm up. So the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to get some organization to my practice here, my warm-up session. I'm going to put my clubs back where they belong. And for now, we're going to put the cover on this driver because we're not going to need it for quite some time now. There we go. So one thing that you're going to notice is when you watch an accomplished player play golf, or a good golfer, they keep some organization. And most of the time, we've got golf balls out in front of us for a right-handed player, our golf balls in front of us, and our golf clubs behind us. So we know where everything is. Common mistake is to see clubs rolling or strewn out all over the place, balls rolling all over the place. So what we want to do is we want to start out, identify our area, and then we're going to start with some short clubs. In our golf set, we've got short irons, mid irons, long irons, hybrids, woods, and the driver. The driver's the most fun, but we're going to wait until after we warm up. So I'm going to start with my shortest club, which happens to be my sand wedge. The first thing I'm going to do when I come out is I'm going to just try to get the blood flowing. There's a litany of stretches and programs that we can do to warm up. That's for another discussion. Today we're just going to start. We're going to hold the club up. I really like you to start holding the club up high and just swinging it back with your arms back and forth. And all we're trying to do is maintain a nice balance and start to slowly work ourselves into the movement. I'm not trying to restrict anything or keep anything straight. I'm just letting my body flow. Let my shoulders move, my elbows, fingers, wrists, trying to get some blood flow, a little neck movement. So I'm going to start, once I feel like I've got some blood flowing and I've got some balance, then I might make a few swings where I try to find where the ground is. So take my stance, try to feel nice and athletic, swing the club back, there we go, and just gain some awareness for where the ground is, how hard it is. I'm expecting to hit the ground. I see a lot of people, when they take practice swings, they're trying to avoid hitting the ground. If you're planning on hitting the ground, it won't be a surprise. So let's introduce the club to the turf. First thing, there we go. Now I can start making some passes at the golf ball. So I'm going to pull my first golf ball over, put it where I want it. At this point, I may not necessarily be all that concerned with my target yet, but I'm going to set up to the golf ball, and I'm going to make what feels like primarily arm swings. I don't want to make a big heavy lash at the golf ball just yet. So I'm going to set up to the golf ball, have some awareness of where I want it to go, and just make a nice arm swing. There we go. Started out pretty good there. Pull another ball over, and as I go and my body starts to feel better and I'm feeling a little more athletic and warmed up and my body's responding nicely, then I can start getting some body in it, widening my stance. So as I progress, my stance gets a little bit wider, my body feels a little more athletic, and I have a little better attitude about trying to hit this golf ball because my body's starting to be awake and it's alive now. So now I'm getting a little bit more hip thrust, a little more weight transfer. Once I feel good there and I'm getting a nice good rhythm and timing, then it's okay for me to move up to the middle iron or the next shorter iron. Depends on how much time we have. If we've got a short period of time to warm up, well then I might skip some clubs. But if I've got a nice long practice session scheduled, then I can go through the majority of my golf clubs and hit some shots. I would also recommend getting a routine for your practice or your warm up. If you're going to warm up to go play, try to make it look similar every single time that you come out to play. So remember, keep the cover on your driver until you feel nice and warmed up and you're feeling a good balance. start with the short, gradually move up to the long, and then once again we want to cool down just like every other sport. We've hit some drivers, we're hitting the ball as far as we can, then we want to end up right where we left off. So we warm up, practice, condition, train, and then we cool back down. So at the end of our practice session, we're right back to the short clubs.